Hi everyone, welcome to Pace Yourself. My name is Mia Pacey, and today we're going to be talking about opportunities and their related tasks. So on the opportunities object here, you have your stages, and as you move through them, you quantify this opportunity. But if we go ahead and mark this stage as complete with some tasks that are still open to be done, you can see that once I choose a selection, nothing actually happens to the start tasks to be done. They are still technically needing to be done. So this can clog up your sales reps' tasks for the future and cause some confusion. So today what we're going to do is use the transform element to help us and create a flow that will close off those tasks so your sales reps don't actually have to do them. So in our flow builder, we're going to click on the record triggered flow. And we're going to be starting with the opportunity object as we just saw. And it's only going to be on update, and we want a very specific update. We only want it when the stage field equals closed lost or closed won. And you can see here the condition is or, not and, which is the default one when you add a filter. This one's very important. I only want it to run when the record is updated to meet the conditions. Not every time the record is updated and meets the conditions. So here we come over to our builder. The first thing I'm going to do is a get tasks. So I'm going to use a record get records element. And as you know, descriptions in every field is very important. So object we're going to do is our task object, and the conditions we're going to have are ones that will help us to not put so much onus on the system. So we're going to say only ones that relate to our triggering opportunity. And we're only getting those ones that are not closed, because we don't want to touch tasks that someone has already done. And here we're going to choose all records. And the next thing we're going to do is actually check if we found these records. So because we don't want to do anything further if it doesn't find any records, so in our decision element, we're going to say tasks found. The first outcome is the one that might fall true. So yes, found tasks. And to do this, we check if the get record element is not null. And our default element, I like to just change the label to be more reflective. So next thing we're going to do is actually use this transform element. Because we want to update all the tasks that we got in the get tasks, we're going to use this transform element for that. So you're going to map your data. The source data is that get tasks, which you can see there. And our new target data is just a new record collection. So it just is creating an element, creating a variable for you in this different menu configuration. So I'm going to go down and click record. Allow multiple values means it creates a collection for you. And the object is the same, so we're keeping it the task object, because ultimately we're going to end up with the same record collections, but with new values for fields. So the IDs get mapped together. So we're saying every time the tasks are the same, but this is where it changes. So here we want to make sure our is closed Boolean changes to true. So I'm going to click on the name. Don't click on the little bubble next to it. Click on the name of the field. Choose the formula or the value. So today we're going to use value because we want to answer the value as true. The next thing we want to do is actually change the status. So remember, clicking on the value, the field name, changing it down to value. And here you have to use your pick list value that you know is in your task element. So if you've got different pick list values, just make sure you've got the exact value there. And if you want to update anything else, this is where you would do it. But today we're just saying have the same record collection, but just with these new fields. So next we've got that record collection. I actually now have to update all those tasks that we just found and transformed. And here we're going to say the ID, use the IDs and all field values from a record or record collection. And we're going to put in that tasks from transform. And then we're going to say it ends. So of course you want to make sure you debug everything and put in any flow error paths. But today we're just going to click save. And if you haven't already, please use the same naming convention that you have in your own org, but this is the one I would recommend. So my flow label is the type of the flow by the triggering record, and then a short description. And remember, always add your description into very detailed. So save, and we're going to say activate. And let's see this in real life. So here we've got our Dixon Mobile Generators account and opportunity object. So the opportunity object has a few tasks here that you can see. And let's go ahead and hit the closed stage, give it a closed 1, and let's see if it changes our tasks. So there you go. It has closed off all those tasks for us. And if we click into one of them, we can definitely see that the status here has been changed to complete. Thank you for joining me for this transform element. I hope to see you on the next one.